According to the saying, a man dies twice, once when his heart stops beating and again, when he is unable to die. But what if I told you that for millions of men over 60, the first indication of deteriorating health isn't chest discomfort or memory loss, but rather the onset of a weak, constricted, or unresponsive penis? Do you occasionally feel that weird cramping pressure down there? Your blood vessels are calling for assistance. It's not only in your head. Additionally, they gradually starve your manhood from the inside out if you ignore them, rather than simply ending your sexual life. I'm Dr. Majit Kara, a physician and expert in men's health, with more than 30 years of expertise assisting men in regaining their intimacy, circulation, and self-esteem naturally. And I want to offer something today that should be known by all men over 60. But what if I told you that your refrigerator, not a drug or a treatment, holds the secret to greater blood flow, harder erections, and a painless, powerful penis? Most men believe that aging is the cause. However, there are many more preventative ways to do this, and today, I will demonstrate it to you. I'll walk you through the top 3 scientifically supported meals in this video that will help you feel stronger again, prevent penile blood flow cramps, and restore circulation without the need for prescription drugs. Additionally, one of them works so quickly that you might notice a difference before the week is out. Before we start, be sure you click the subscribe button and turn on the bell if you're a man over 60 who wants to increase blood flow, boost your erections, and regain control of your health naturally. This way, you won't miss any tips that are specifically tailored to your needs. Please leave a 1 in the comments if this video resonates with you. Type 0 if it doesn't. And tell me how I can help you more effectively. Now, let's explore the first food that has the power to drastically alter the flow of blood to your penis: beets. This straightforward root vegetable may surprise you by naturally raising nitric oxide, the most important molecule for circulation in your body, which can lead to harder, longer, lasting erections. Additionally, beets can make a huge difference beyond the age of 60 when blood vessels start to tighten and stiffen. Let me tell you why. 1. Beets, the charger for circulation. It never occurred to me that something as basic as a beetroot could be related to sexual wellness. However, I soon began to see a trend among my elderly patients. After incorporating beets into their diet, men reported improved endurance, harder erections, and a decrease in the tight cramping sensation in their groin during arousal. This was no accident. Natural nitrates found in beets are converted by your body into nitric oxide, a vital substance that permits your blood vessels, particularly those in the penis, to relax and enlarge. Blood can enter the erectile tissue completely because of this enlargement. Additionally, everything functions better when blood flows more smoothly. Our nitric oxide production begins to decline sharply beyond the age of 60. Many men start to notice changes that are difficult to describe at that point: weaker erections, slow arousal, and even that painful constriction that resembles a cramp. It goes beyond aging. It's an indication that blood isn't getting to the tissue as it once did. Beets aid in the reversal of that process by relaxing blood vessels, boosting circulation, and ensuring the penis receives the blood it needs to function, as it did years ago. They serve as a natural pump priming. You don't have to make things too complicated. A simple glass of beet juice in the morning, or even roasted beets on a dish for supper or salad, can subtly start to make up for lost time. It's not a miracle. Giving your body the proper support so it can do its intended function is simple biology. What's even more intriguing is this: most men ignore a fruit that contains a substance that functions nearly the same as prescription erection medications, but without the negative side effects. The vascular spasms that generate that intense groin tightness during arousal may actually be cooled down by this next dish. Now let's discuss its second: watermelon, the blood flow enhancer. I'll tell you the truth. I used to believe that watermelon was merely a cool summertime treat, something pleasant to savor on a hot day. However, I was mistaken. As my investigation progressed, I came to understand that this fruit, particularly the section that most people discard, hides a fantastic secret for men over 60 who struggle with weak erections and painful tightness during arousal. It all boils down to a potent substance called citrulline, which is present in large amounts in the watermelon's white skin. The fact that citrulline is a natural vasodilator is something that most people ignore. To put it simply, it facilitates the opening of your blood vessels, which increases the flow of blood, particularly to the penis. Arousal may feel forced, erratic, or even somewhat painful after the age of 60 due to the narrowing or stiffening of those vessels. Citrulline lessens what I refer to as penile blood flow crans by gently relaxing those veins. This slow stiffness, rather than a searing ache, is an indication that your body is having trouble getting blood to the areas that need it most. It becomes personal at this point. I had a patient in his late 60s who told me that he began making a smoothie every morning with the red and white sections of watermelon. He claimed to have greater morning erections within 2 weeks. More significantly, there was none of the uneasy tension he had previously experienced during intimacy. No medications, no treatments. He just changed the ingredients in his blender. Additionally, watermelon doesn't force anything in contrast to pharmaceutical remedies. It helps your body's natural blood flow regulation system. It is all natural, mild, and effective. Watermelon may be your best buddy if you're trying to find a solution to feel more self-assured once more. However, I would want to share one more dish with you. It's neither a vegetable nor a fruit. It's a little frequently disregarded object that is full with the minerals your penis needs to be robust and responsive. Actually, your complete circulatory puzzle might be lacking this final meal now. Let's discuss it. Third, seeds from pumpkins, the mineral mine of erection. Pumpkin seeds are one thing I wish more guys over 60 were aware of. They are tiny, inconspicuous, and typically picked up and discarded without any further consideration. But believe me when I say that these little seeds are among your most effective instruments for preserving your erections and reestablishing normal blood flow. 3 vital nutrients found in pumpkin seeds have a direct impact on your ability to become and remain hard: zinc, magnesium, and arginine. Magnesium relaxes the blood vessels and stops the spasms that cause penile cramps, which are the painful tightness that men experience during arousal. Contrarily, zinc is essential for preserving testosterone levels, particularly when they inevitably drop with age. What about arginine? This amino acid promotes the synthesis of nitric oxide, which facilitates increased blood flow to the penile tissue. One of my patients, a retired Air Force man in his 70s, was well behaved and intelligent. He was upset with the weird tension he kept experiencing in his groin during intimacy, not with his desire when he came to me. It was a constant pressure that he couldn't get rid of, but not precisely pain. I recommended that he begin consuming 1 spoonful of pumpkin seeds daily. He informed me that the strain had subsided, his morning wood had returned, and above all, he felt like himself again after 3 weeks. It's very simple to incorporate pumpkin seeds into your regimen. You can eat them straight as a snack, mix them into a smoothie, or sprinkle them over muesli. Although the effects might not be noticeable right away, they lay the groundwork for stronger, more reliable blood flow over time. You've already learned how to use real whole foods to support your circulation if you've read this far. This is where things get even better, though. These 3 components work in concert to produce a compounding impact that can accelerate your erections more quickly than you might imagine. I'll walk you through the process of combining everything to a single, easy daily schedule in the following section. Continue to observe. Eating a healthy food sometimes is one thing, but when you combine the proper foods, especially ones that target the same system from multiple angles, you accomplish more than just improving your health. You obtain multiplying outcomes. When you incorporate pumpkin seeds, watermelon, and beets into your everyday routine, that's just what occurs together. The 3 natural powerhouses that I refer to as the circulation trifecta restore blood flow where it is most needed, by increasing nitric oxide, widening blood vessels, and creating the groundwork for improved blood flow. Beets get things started. Building on that impact, Watermelon's citrulline-rich rind soothes the small penile arteries and lessens the quiet spasms that can rob you of your firmness. What about pumpkin seeds? They provide the nitric oxide-supporting arginine, the muscle-relaxing magnesium, and the testosterone-building zinc your body needs to make all that blood flow truly work. They are the gasoline that keeps the whole machine operating. It's similar to starting over while rebuilding a system. One reinforces another, which in turn intensifies the subsequent one. Men in their 60s, 70s, and even early 80s have told me they're too old. Just by following this straightforward dietary strategy consistently, you may change things in a matter of weeks. What's the best part? Willpower is not necessary for it. No prescriptions are needed. Just a little everyday follow-through and a little intention. You may now be asking how all of this is really put to use. Which time of day is ideal for eating each food? Do you mix them together in order to increase their effectiveness? Should you bring anything with them? In the next part, I will guide you through a realistic, simple daily regimen that will help you feel the difference in a matter of days, rather than months. Let's begin. The biggest error that most men make after the age of 60. If I've worked with older men for decades, this is the one thing I've learned. The majority of men seek a quick fix, a miracle drug, something that eliminates the issue without altering anything else. And I understand it's easy to reach for anything that promises quick results when you're frustrated and your body isn't reacting as it used to. Here's the reality, though. Relying on drugs to do tasks that can only be addressed by proper nutrition and circulation is the most common error made by men over 60. Sure, pills like Cialis or Viagra can make you get an erection, but they don't address the underlying issue. The narrow hardened vessels are not fixed by them. Nitric oxide is not restored by them. They don't get rid of the weird tightness or deep pressure in your groin. They merely force blood through a system that is already failing. Additionally, the negative effects such as headaches, nausea and heart strain just aren't worth it for a lot of men. I've had men sit in my office and tell me that the drugs were getting less and less effective over time. Their eyes full of sadness. I say the same thing to them every time. You have a healthy penis. It doesn't get enough food. It is waiting for you to provide it internal assistance. The correct foods do just that. Your body is not tricked by them. They reconstruct it. Quick cures aren't what guys who genuinely regain their function, energy, and confidence are looking for. They are the ones that make daily commitments to the fundamentals and see them through completion. They trust the process and give their body what it needs. Knowing which foods to prioritize and why will only help if you develop a habit of doing so. Don't worry if you're wondering how to accomplish that without overanalyzing it. I'll tie everything together in the next section with a straightforward 7-day action plan. It's simple to follow, doesn't take any elaborate preparation, and might be the beginning of your best chapter to date. Let's get started. The real question is how to include these nutrients into your regular routine. Now that you know what they can do for your erections, energy levels, and blood flow. Over the years, I've worked with a lot of individuals who were driven, who knew the science, who thought the concept was good, but who didn't know where to begin. Thus, they didn't. I made this short 7-day action plan for that reason. No complicated recipes, no guesswork. Simply follow these simple instructions every day to begin seeing effects which can frequently be seen in as little as 1 week. Drink beetroot juice first thing in the morning. On an empty stomach. Just 1 tiny glass. This stimulates your circulation and starts the synthesis of nitric oxide. Make a watermelon smoothie in the middle of the morning using the white rind and the crimson flesh. The citrulline resides there. In addition to being revitalizing, it facilitates the opening of the small blood vessels that sustain sensitivity and arousal. Pick up a tiny handful of raw, unsalted pumpkin seeds somewhere in the afternoon. It doesn't need to be elaborate. Simply store them in your luggage or on the counter in your kitchen. Behind the scenes, these seeds are providing your body with the arginine, zinc, and magnesium it needs to strengthen the areas that are most important. Together with this, make sure you're getting enough water. exercising your body gently throughout the day, and setting aside some time every morning to remind yourself that you're more than just survival. You're starting over, you're taking back control of something that is important to you, emotionally as well as physically. Being flawless is not the goal here. It's about being present on a regular basis. There is no need for magic in your body. It requires rhythm, and that's what this strategy delivers you. We're not finished yet, though. I want to leave you with one last message. Even though eating lays the groundwork, a reminder of the true purpose of this journey and why it is more important than ever. Remain with me. 7. Emotional close. Final doctor's message. I want every man who watches this to know something. Especially if you're in your 60s, 70s, or older. You're not damaged, you're not too old, and your opportunity hasn't passed you by. I have witnessed guys who believed their health, confidence, and even relationships were at an end undergo a dramatic metamorphosis after making a single significant choice to begin rebuilding the inside out and to cease accepting decline as inevitable. In reality, this is all about recovering a part of yourself that the outside world told you to forget. We have discussed nourishment, blood flow, erections, and function. Losing sexual energy can be a silent personal form of bereavement for many men. Although it is not discussed, it is a significant issue. And it's time to take action when you begin to feel as though you're vanishing, not just from your partner, but also from yourself, out of respect for the man you remain. Not out of fear. Your body can regenerate itself even now. Perhaps this is simply the way things are right now. Despite all the years, all the places, and all the times you told yourself, it does not need to be. You can bring your tissue, blood vessels, and confidence back to life. And it all begins with something as basic as a decision to feed oneself, to make deliberate movements, and to think that you still have the ability to claim pleasure, strength, and connection. I want to leave you with one more message as we enter the final thoughts. And it has nothing to do with circulation or erections, but rather with what it means to be a man in this next phase of life. Because you're only looking at the surface. If you believe this to be about eating, there is more to the truth. I'm going to reveal it now. Remain with me. 8. In conclusion, it starts here. I want to thank everyone who has watched this far. Not just for being there, but for taking the time to care about yourself. That in and of itself speaks volumes about the type of man you are. We've talked about a lot today. You now know how beets can help blood flow again by rekindling nitric oxide, how the rind of watermelon in particular can relax blood vessels and lessen that painful, deep groin strain, and how a tiny item like pumpkin seeds can subtly replenish your strength by providing your body with the minerals it has been longing for. When together, these meals do more than just help you obtain an erection. They support your masculine identity. They help your body remember how it used to function. More significantly, they assist you in regaining your sense of self. I have repeatedly witnessed it, the smile that appears after weeks of uncertainty, the return of morning wood, and the peaceful assurance in a man's voice. It's true, it can also happen to you. This has nothing to do with going back in time. It's all about taking action, with knowledge, purpose, and practical tools. Pleasure, connection, and the sense of being alive in your body have no age restrictions, and today can still be the beginning of something wonderful regardless of how many failures you've had. So apply what you've discovered, try the strategy, pay attention to your body. Permit yourself to experience joy once more for the rest of your life. Not just for a single night, because there's still hope for the future. It starts here. Time, strength, and power are still available for you to regain. Go back and take it back. Please take a moment to like, share, and comment below if this video was helpful to you, or if it given you even one thought for the future. I read each and every one. Another man might be motivated to take charge of his health by your story. Please let me know where you're coming from today. Before we begin, please feel free to ask any questions you may have and leave a comment below. Remember to click the subscribe button and enable notifications so you don't miss any of our top health advice. And I want to know whether you're with me if you're now watching. If this video resonates with you, type 1 in the comment section. If not, type 0. Please think about making a little gift if you would like to support this channel and enable me to continue producing content for guys over 60. Every little bit counts. We appreciate your presence and your support.